Come on now. Bear with me. Where did I just put it? Sometimes. Where did I put it? Hi, Jasmine. Hi, Kyle. Give me one sec. Just getting my crap together. Mark it down. November. What's today? The 7th? 6th. November 6th. Just had to mark it down so I make sure I did. Yeah, I did. Make sure I got everything together. Welcome, Sarjit. If I butcher your name respectfully, I didn't mean to, and if you help me correct it, I'll do my very best. So right now we're doing the action steps for Sagittarius for November. These are just ways to help get grounded, to show up for yourself a little more with love, to transmute negative energy, how to create a lifestyle of gratitude, gracefulness. Angel number, where are my... All right. Joined. I don't know what your name is, but welcome. Joined. Toby, welcome. User 594, welcome. Okay, so I try to keep these about a half hour or so it doesn't get too crazy. I just like to pull a few cards, especially my self-care, my gratitude. Each sign, I don't know who's next. I always wait and pull the energy. I try to get a couple done, but because I started my new Fire and Flow content too, so you'll see those posts. Let me show you actually. I just did the live for this one yesterday. So if you've seen this post up, then you'll see actually the live replays and stuff. If you didn't see it, you can go see it on my YouTube at Creativity Guides Me. And then on the 8th, then we'll have for the next one, where is that? Man, I drive myself crazy sometimes. The next one, this is the next one. So if you start seeing these ones around, you'll see the voiceover. There's usually 2 days you'll see this, one like this. The next one tomorrow will be the voiceover, just questions, curiosity, that kind of stuff. And then on the 3rd day, which will be the 8th, then there'll be a live and we go more deeper into discussion, how to use that to your advantage, how to benefit you. And then each month I like to do my action steps. The reason I like to do that is because everyone says heal, do better, be better. And a lot of times they're like, it's simple. You just do this. But sometimes it's so broad of a statement that it's really hard to break it down. And when you can actually break it down into a couple simple action steps, it really makes it a lot easier. At least for me it did. So when I come on here and I do this, I'm hoping that those little actual action steps make it a little easier for you, for everybody, and it's just one foot in front of the other. A million baby steps, doesn't matter how we do it. It's about showing up. Doesn't have to be perfect, just show up. Welcome, David and Stymie. All right, can I start with a self-care card for my Saggies for the month of November? Something to show up for themselves, show a little extra love. Especially with the winter coming. It's hibernation mode. Okay, we have reflection, which is one of my favorites. And it's easy. And when we just get curious and start asking questions, that's when things start to really turn around. Welcome, Auntie Na. Welcome. The smallest act of kindness is worth more than the grandest intention. Recall a recent kindness that someone did for you. What is one way you can pay this kindness forward to someone else? And it's really simple. A compliment. Walking down the street, someone holding open the door. It's literally those simple things. But you watch. The more you start doing them, the more they come back to you. You'll start seeing them, people holding doors for you. Like, that's weird. Little simple things, but the more you do it and the more you remember it, the more you say, oh, I remember someone did this, and you may not even have noticed it at the time. Susie and Riaz, welcome. Goose, welcome, and welcome, Sarah. All right, I'm trying to put these away as I go because I end up with a whole pile, and I'm like, what am I doing? Get disorganized, and I guess that's the Leo in me. I'm trying to do everything all at once, and then holy, but it is what it is. All right, can I have a gratitude in the theme for my Sagittariuses for the month of November? Something to stay grateful for, even the smallest of things. Welcome, Faisal and Newman. One gratitude for my Saggies. Give me a good, that's the one. Yes. Loneliness is the poverty of self. Solitude is the richness of self. Today, be the friend to yourself that your heart most desires in another. You know, it's so funny. We show up all the time for our friends. I mean, I know I do, so I'm quite sure that most people do. You know, when your friends need you, you're like, yes, I'm there, let me help you. Obviously, you want to do all of the things you can because we care, right? But then we were going to do something for ourselves, and we're like, we put ourselves to the side. We put that to the side. And then when people don't do that for us, then we start to build up that resentment. But when we start doing it for ourselves and creating those boundaries, not saying no, just saying, you know, okay, you know, I need to make time for me. If it's an emergency, obviously we're not trying to leave people in the throes of death or something. But at the same time, we have to stand up for ourselves. And we have to say, you know, no, I really need this time. Is it something that can wait? You know, we put ourselves first. And when we start doing that, that's when things start to change. Welcome, Raji D? Raji? If I butcher your names, I apologize. I barely know my own name half the time. Okay. Now, I like the creativity one too, but I try to keep it, I don't want to say completely organized, but at least a little bit so it helps, so I don't forget. Because for my Capricorn, no, my Pisces, I forgot their angel number, and then they're like, what? So we can't be doing that. Stay a little bit organized, we'll get it together. This is my Beyond Lemuria deck, not mine, but the creator of this deck just blows my mind. All of these are their paintings, their own artwork, and their own words, their own thoughts, ideas, processes, ways to help us heal, help us guide us back to ourselves. Which I don't care who you are, what religion, what you believe. If you can't understand yourself, if you can't hear yourself, how are you going to know anyone else's voice? You have to understand what you desire, what you want. And by doing that, you have to get close to yourself. You have to love yourself. You have to know yourself better than anybody in this whole entire world. And sadly, these days, that doesn't happen as much as we would like. So the idea is about coming back to yourself, showing up for yourself in those moments when no one else is going to. And so you don't end up in resentment. Ooh, fire. I knew that. That's a good one. All right, hold on. That is 15. This is the elements, of course, that, which is also your solar plexus. Solaris Sublime. Look at the artwork. I'm sorry, I'm just such a fan of this deck. It's beautiful. It's like, these are all their own paintings. Welcome, Rose. Okay, so duality, creation, kundalini, the rising phoenix, bringing conflict to harmony, intensity, transformation, the incredibleness of being alive, coalescence, and infinite energy. We live in a dualistic world of light and dark, yin and yang, masculine and feminine. Focusing only on light can repress your shadows. Bringing both sides into balance and being real with our humanness allows us to reach more joy, authenticity, and depth. By accepting and loving all of ourselves as we truly are, we can extend more of this love and have deeper compassion with others. This painting portrays the balanced dance of creation. The greater the distance of separation, of duality, the greater the density. As the dragons come together, they dissolve into one with all that is. In this place of coalescence, the fusion brings both sides together in oneness, not just as a remerging with the universe, but in an alchemical process of becoming the empowered creator force we truly are. And the theme of this card is passion, motivation, destruction, power, illumination, determination, inner light, forging forward, and transformation. And when we try to... Hi, Makila. Hello. When we try to hide our shadow, because what comes with our shadow, our darkest thoughts, our darkest actions, things we did in the past when we didn't know better, triggers that set us off into angry, cruel people because we just want to bite back. And there's no judgment, because I did that too. When I was angry, when I was younger, I don't think I even learned to understand it until I was close to 40. I always tried to be kind, but when I got mad, I could spew some venom, let me tell you. And I did that because it was a trigger, right? To fight back. Nice to meet you too. So when we get to that point and we can understand it, now we know we have the ability, because I don't care who you are, where you're from, everyone has the ability to be the most wild beast, just vile. We all have the capability. That doesn't mean we choose to do it. And some people that do it don't quite understand yet. They just haven't got there. That doesn't make it okay. It just is. And when we can understand that, and when you can look at something and go, oh yeah, like I could seriously consider killing somebody, or this, like in this situation, in that situation, there's always a situation that could validate or justify doing something bad. We have to actively choose every day to show up with kindness, with love, with care. And to do that, we have to understand exactly what we're capable of, and then bring that into balance and love ourselves in all those points, so that no matter what happens throughout the day, we're making that active choice to show up and love ourselves. Would I want that done to me? Would I feel good if I did that? No. So by me being more kind, more self-aware, I am loving myself just like that. Showing up in a better manner, in a more loving manner, and in a compassionate manner. Because when we do things like that, we allow ourselves to be more compassionate to others too. But usually what happens is we end up being more compassionate to others than we are to ourselves. So we have to find that balance. And the best way to do that is to show up for ourselves with love. Welcome, Anna Maria and Nika and Juventino from Uganda. Nice. I bet it's beautiful there. I have never been. I've been to Canada and the U.S., and that's about the extent. Someday, my bucket list is long, let me tell you, my friend. My bucket list is long. I have not. It's definitely on the bucket list, though. There's lots of beautiful places I want to go. All right, can I have a creativity oracle for my Saggies for the month of November? Manifestation. Soon you may manifest the goal you focus spiritual energies upon. That's what you have to do. Oh my God. Manifestation and let go. I like that. Okay, so hold on. Give me 1 second. If you look, the art on these cards, okay, this is her in her own little world. She's just creating and imagining all this, and then she brings it into earth. And I'm going to read that one, and then we'll do let go. What number is that? 37. All right. The manifestation card is an indication that your work as a magic maker is about to bear fruit. What started out as a fanciful daydream is soon going to take its place in reality. This card can be a reminder about the link between science and magic. Today's technological wonders would have been considered magic only decades ago, and the future promises to hold even more miracles to be manifested. As I explained in my book and manifestation technique, Quantum Affirmations, Quantum Mechanics' understanding of the seemingly fantastic wave particle nature of light can be further applied to consciousness, thereby allowing us to use the magic of science and the science of magic to enable us to use the process of guided imagery to lead us to the reality we desire to be living in. You can reach your goal. And what it's saying is we already have it there. Our dreams, our desires, they were put there, okay? They were put there for a reason, not to just imagine them and say, oh, it'll never happen. They're put there because you can actually achieve it. And when you start showing up for yourself and you start trusting your intuition, you start listening to that voice that says, if I do this, this is going to come out of it. This is the step. Start here, start there. And yes, it takes work. Yes, it takes energy to ground it in. But the more we start doing that and showing up for ourselves, it starts grounding. Slowly but surely it comes. And some people, it comes very quickly. But it's when you learn how to release expectation and just do what it is that brings you joy, you have to let go, release. What if anything can be done to let go of what is standing in your way? Okay, so the let go card is an indication that we should no longer concern ourselves with the matter in question, because holding on to it or fighting to keep it from happening will not be as productive as letting it go. Selecting this card can also be an invitation to look at your creative process to see if you are holding on to friends, ideas, beliefs, techniques, or equipment that have ceased to be useful at this point in time. Letting others become responsible for themselves or saying goodbye is never easy, but it is sometimes necessary and inevitable. It is understandable but unrealistic to want things to continue in a certain way without end. We use so much energy trying to hold on, but at a certain point, letting go of the past allows us to get a grip on the future. The biggest idea with it is as we're manifesting, as we're showing up for ourselves, as we're showing that love, those desires that come in, we start doing the action. Like, for example, right now, me showing up here. I'm doing what I love to do. This brings me joy. And no matter what, however it turns out, it will eventually turn great. But if I hold on to that expectation and I show up every day to see how many likes I'm going to get, how many people show up, then I'm holding on to this expectation like I think that this is going to happen. And when you do that, you don't allow the universe to weave its web. And it's really important. Welcome, Valissa. All right, what do I got? Let me have a Starseed Oracle. Please, just one. That was a little... Give me a second. All right, that's the one. And that was the same one. Portal. Doors are opening. You decide. Rewards. This is your wild card. This is for my Saggies. Go with the wind. Literally follow what makes you happy. There it is. Doors are opening. You decide. Rewards. This is your wild card. Doors are opening for you. Your thoughts are extra powerful for you right now. Planets are aligning. The timing is right. The universe is saying yes. Yes, yes, yes. You have the Midas touch. Your hard work is being rewarded. This is a time when you can reap the rewards for efforts made in the past. It's also a time when you can achieve a lot. Great leaps can be made. Extreme transformation can occur. Great distances can be traveled in a short space of time. You're swimming with the cosmic current of life. What experience would you like to have? What do you want to create? What new adventure would you like to manifest? Don't lose focus. Use this moment in time wisely. Be conscious and clear with your emotions and thinking. Projects that you've been working on are coming to fruition. Things are in full bloom. It's time to take your harvest and taste your well-earned fruits. When this card comes up in a spread, it's sure a sign that effortless change is possible. If you've been looking for a sign, this is your portal into that new reality. Now is the time to make big changes. If you've been guided to switch things up, you're extremely well supported right now. Use this energy and jump right in. What would you most like to experience? Take this time for you. And this is the time when the universe is moving for you. What you need to do is really ask those questions. When you ask those questions, you get curious. What would you do if nobody else could judge you? If it was a guaranteed win-win situation, what would you most want to do in this world? And maybe it takes a few minutes. Maybe you start with this and it winds up over this way, and you have to be more clear and more direct with it. It takes time. It's okay. Welcome, Ava. You start with one plan and you think you're doing really well and you think that's what you want to do, and then you're like, this isn't quite what I wanted. It's okay, because it teaches you exactly what you want to do, and it narrows it down. Because you can't tell if you don't try. Just start showing up for yourself. Can I have a work your light oracle for my Sagittarius? Starseed, what lights you up? Yep, we're staying on that. Saggies, you got some stuff to do. And it's all about following your joy. One more. Oh, where is it? Hold on. Where are you? 50. That one was giving me a struggle. Alright. Starseeds are souls with the double mission to raise their own consciousness and the consciousness of the planet. They are old souls who have incarnated elsewhere beyond this planet. Welcome, Xavier. Many starseeds arrive with a feeling that time is running out and that there is something that they came here to do or create or contribute. If you pulled this card, it is to confirm that you are a starseed and you are being encouraged to answer the call, to follow what lights you up. Once awake, most starseed souls will find it hard to have meaningless conversations, jobs, and relationships. They innately know that there is much more to life and feel that there is something more to get to work. They remain restless until they step into their calling, which is to light up the world with their unique presence. Starseeds are scattered all over the planet, in hospitals and schools, in slums and mansions, on stages and in edit suites, in parks and nightclubs, in taxis and theme parks. Many starseeds spend parts of their lives trying to fit in or some form of spiritual closet. If you are dimming your light to fit in, it is time that you stop and start embracing the unique light that you came here to share, and treat your time on earth like a glorious vacation. What lights you up? Oh, my Saggies, you gotta show up and start listening to yourself, because this is your wild card. This is your month, and if you start listening, showing up with love, get out of the limiting beliefs, stop thinking about those things, and just focus on what lights you up, what makes you happy, what brings you joy. That is what is going to just propel you. It's going to rocket boost you to whatever it is. It's going to take you exactly to that point that you want. This is your time. You can do it. You just have to show up. Listen. Listen to yourself. Get close. And don't worry about perfectionism. Take the step. Do it messy. Doesn't matter. Just show up. Kitsune, welcome. Sorry, did I say that? Kitsune? I hope so. Alright, can I have a moon oracle, moonology oracle for my Sagittarius? Communication is key. That's right. Speak it into existence. And confidence. You got two. Confidence is your key to success. And it's true, because that's what we're talking about right now. You're speaking it into existence. But you can't speak into existence if you don't know what it is. So you really got to just start following your heart, what brings you joy. And new moon in Gemini. 46. A successful relationship usually comes down to one thing: communication. And the new moon in Gemini card is all about the start of a new cycle for communicating with the person at the center of your question. Talking things through is the answer to whatever it is you're asking about. If you can't talk to that person, you can journal about it to yourself. Emails, text messages, and all other forms of communication will also help you now. If the issue you're asking about concerns a sibling or a neighbor, there's a new start coming. A time to wipe the slate clean and start over. This card could also suggest you've been too frivolous lately and need to get grounded again. But most importantly, drawing this card emphasizes the need to communicate. Welcome, Chelsea. Write a list of all the people you love most and see if you're prioritizing them. Time to tell someone how you feel. Don't be all in your head and not in your heart. Someone is flirting with you. Read more books. Hi, Phil. Welcome. Gemini is the sign of communication and socializing, of ideas and travel, and the energy around it and around this card, no matter when you pull it, is speedy, gossipy, and flirtatious. The new moon in Gemini is a wonderful time to get out and socialize. Gemini loves a chat. One thing to be aware of is that this card can also indicate being mentally scattered. Daily meditations will help unscramble crossed wires in your brain. True facts. Welcome, Brad. Welcome back, Makila. And then we have new moon in Leo. Where are you at, Leo? Holy huh. New moon in Aries. Leo is hiding. That's so unusual. New moon in Leo. Holy, that was hard to find. Welcome, Mame. Confidence is your key to success. This card heralds the start of a new cycle for you, when you're going to look and feel more gorgeous, more in the spotlight, more like you have something worth showing off. If you want someone's attention, this card says it's coming. However, this may not happen all by itself. You have to be willing to do your bit. That means being proud of who you are and what you have to offer. Think of yourself as the king or queen of the jungle and carry yourself accordingly. This card is also a great omen if you're talking about a creative project you're working on. Oh Lord, I can't speak today. Alternatively, it can herald good news for a start for your children, or a new start for your children. Make time to have fun. It's time for you to show the world what you've got. Shine your light. Have some pride. Spoil yourself. You've earned it. You've turned someone's head. Leo is the sign of big and brave-hearted lion, of pride and showmanship, and flirting. Apparently, flirting is the thing. Gemini, communication is key, and confidence. So, Saggies, you got something going on here. The energy loves itself, and so should you. If you've been too much of a wallflower, this new moon card and the Leo new moon comes as a reminder that you need to be proud of who you are. Amen. And when you start doing that, you step forward. And that was the solar plexus chakra. That was at the beginning with the Lemurian cards, Lemurian deck. It's all about saying thank you, showing up to yourself, saying thank you to yourself. Thank you for being here. Thank you for showing up. Thank you for making me who I am, as proud as I am, as happy as I am. And put yourself first. Help your friends, still be you. Do what you do best. Do all of those great things that you normally do. But listen to what really truly guides your heart. What makes you soar. What makes you so full of joy that every time people see you, your smile, your kindness, your compassion for others, it leads people to want to do that more. And when you do that, the more you start listening and following that joy, you start to find what your purpose actually is. And when you find that, then you automatically just start doing it. And then it doesn't feel like a job. It doesn't feel like a struggle. It feels like something that makes you happy. It's the best thing you can ever do for yourself. And as you start doing it, the path just opens up. Even if you're not sure where to go, the only way to follow is what brings you joy, right? So if it brings you joy and it's not hurting somebody, if you're not going out consciously trying to cause pain to somebody and you're just living your own life, staying in your own lane, being your joyful, amazing self, don't care what people think. If people don't like it, too bad. It's not their problem. They don't have to live your life. And when you can learn to be that confident and that happy and that proud of yourself, nobody and nothing can stop you. 333. Support. That's the angel number for my Saggies. Support. Expansion, inspiration, confidence, connection, purpose, and mastery. Focus inward now. Perfect the skills you have, uncover new talents, and unleash your creativity. Embrace your inner artist. Expressing yourself will enhance your self-esteem and solidify your purpose. Your unique abilities can have a positive impact on your community. Amen. I'm telling you, follow your joy, find your purpose. Show up for yourself with confidence, and I promise you, it's just going to start opening up in ways you can't even begin to imagine. Chepchamba? Sorry if I don't say that right, but welcome. All right. Can I have an affirmation for my Saggies for the month of November? So, okay. I am in sync with the flow of life. If that's not confirmation, I don't know what is. Speak it into existence every day, all day, every chance. You get a negative, limiting thought in your head, this is what you're going to say. Memorize it. I am in sync with the flow of life. And you know, every time you have a negative or a limiting belief, and you not only stop yourself, you replace it with an affirmation, you're double timing that programming. You're winning all the way around. Oh, my power lies in you got two. My power lies in my peaceful presence. I am in sync with the flow of life, and my power lies in my peaceful presence. Just be yourself, your most beautiful self. Show up for you. Put yourself first. That doesn't mean trample on anybody along the way. That's not what it means. When you put yourself first, you show up for you. And then when you help others, you're giving from a place of overflow, not from a place of lack. Everything you do is with no expectation. What am I getting back? What is happening? It doesn't matter. You're giving because it brings you joy. You're showing up for yourself first, so you're not missing anything. And then you just follow your joy. Just listen to what brings you joy and show up every single day doing that with no expectation, no crazy what's going to happen. Just show up and watch how stuff starts to show up for you. The path opens up. It's so easy. Month of November, just try it. If you don't notice a difference, you don't have to listen to me ever again. In fact, you never have to listen to me, but it's worth giving it a try. And for anyone else, if you missed this, I'm going to post a couple clips at some point today. But if you missed these and you want to go back and you want to check them out, especially when things happen and you're like, oh, she said that. Oh, wait. And you want to go back, you can always follow me on my YouTube at Creativity Guides Me. And I always post a full live replay so you can go and scroll through whenever you want. Clips and stuff too. I think they post on my shorts. But for the replays, I know a lot of people like to just pick out what they want to hear or what they miss. So if you follow me there, it's always posted within about an hour or so after we start. So I'm going to say that's enough. I think you guys know support's coming. Show up for yourself first. Stand in confidence. Love yourself. Show up for you first and give from that overflow. And if you continue to do that, affirming, I am in sync with the flow of life, life will start getting in sync with you. And you'll see everything start to show up. Your path just opens up, and it really becomes a beautiful thing. Get rid of expectation. Understand just how amazing you are and stand in that confidence. And the world is your oyster. Okay, guys, I love you. I hope this helps.